In case you're tuned in for the very first time, yeah, just say you bumped yourself into the show this morning. I want to say again, good morning to you. This is one program that is very addictive. It's extremely addictive. It's just like a high drug. It's something you want to take every single day, but it only comes twice in a week. So you need to sit back, relax, put your feet up, and look for a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or your favorite drink this morning, because we're ready to inform and educate. I'll probably try to entertain you a little. But then, it's more of information and education. You are listening to The Front Burner. The Front Burner is exclusive only to the station. 103.5. Broadcasting terrestrially on our local broadcast on 103.5 FM. But then you can get to listen to us anywhere in the world. All you need to do is pick up your phone, and then you download the app to get to listen to us, which is the Radio Garden app. Search for Honor 103.5 Ibadan. You must add Ibadan to it. All right? And then you can go to any of our social media platform. You can go to Facebook, YouTube, the rest of it. And guess what? All you need to do is do the same thing I just said. Search for Honor 103.5 Ibadan. And then you get to be seeing everything happening in a beautiful, well set up studio. And I say that with a full chest. Beautiful, well set up studio, and the very best as far as Ibadan is concerned. Trust me, no doubt. No competition on that one. All right. My name is Lekan Omosebi. I won't be doing this alone. I've got my studio manager with me, Engineer K. Like working with him every Wednesday morning. He knows what the show is about. He knows exactly what to do to make you get to listen to us loud and clear. Crispy clear. That's what Engineer K does. All right, but then I have two other people sitting in front of me. They know what has happened between last time we had this show, which is Saturday. Now, between Saturday and today, these two gentlemen have been watching closely what's happening around the world and what's happening in our country. And trust me, they are keeping their eye open as far as your state is concerned. They are here again to tell the truth. And that's the only thing we do on this show. In case you're tuned in for the very first time, get ready for a very bumpy ride. This ride is not going to be that smooth. It's going to be extremely very bumpy. Okay, so strap on your seatbelts. We're about to kick off the show at this point. Let me introduce my analyst to you this morning. I have first someone that has never missed a show on the show. He has never missed an episode of the show. Trust me, I, the presenter, have missed an episode, but he has not missed a single episode. You'll be wondering why. I wonder why, how, myself. Okay, his name is Mr. Ofino. Good morning to you, Mr. Ofino.
Good morning to you, Mr. Lekan Omosebi, and to every of our dearly esteemed listeners.
All over the world.
All around the world.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. I love the way you came in. All right, now, I have somebody else that he loves this show so dearly. I've seen him get soaked when it rains just for him to be here. And I think he really doesn't do that because of me. He does that because of you, the listeners, so that he can let you understand why he needs to be on this show all the time. A very good morning to you, Honorable Olaoye.
Good morning to you, Lekan Omosebi. Good morning to you, our admired listener at home and abroad.
Thank you very much for coming again.
Thank you for having me here.
All right. If you're listening to us, if you're a man, a woman, boy, girl, old or young, we'll say welcome to the Front Burner on the 30th day in October 2024. All right, let's go straight into business. We're going to be starting out of Africa. We're leaving Africa. The first thing we're going to be talking about, we're going to the continent of America. Let's go to America right now. The elections is just 5 days. A lot has been happening. Everybody are talking tough. Kamala Harris has spoken too many things. People say she's talking too much. And of course, Donald Trump, a lot of people are saying, look, you're even getting off track. Too many things are happening as far as this election is concerned. Just yesterday in the United States of America, the ballot box was stolen. It reminded me of Nigeria. And somebody told me that, look, whoever picked that ballot box must be a Nigerian American. So a lot is happening while this election is going on. A lot of people have started voting. Votings are coming in. A lot of people are voting already. And of course, the two candidates, I don't know who has an edge over who at this point. I'm so confused because a lot of my friends in the U.S. are saying this. Another set of my friends in the U.S. are telling me this. I'm not an American. I'm a pure Nigerian. But then I know my analysts are also watching the way I'm having my eagle eye on that election. Let me start from Ofino. Ofino, this election going on in the United States, can you compare it with what we have in Nigeria?
It's rather unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. I just told you.
I used to think that American democracy was the right model in the world. But lo and behold, I have to make a rethink. There is one thing we must understand. This set of persons keep attacking themselves. I'm talking about former President Donald Trump and current Vice President Kamala Harris. They keep attacking themselves. They should be civil in their approach when it comes to issue of campaign. All eyes on America. If it was in other countries, people are less concerned. But when it comes to American election, all eyes are being focused on America. Now, look at the issue in the first instance. Trump came out that he is going to introduce a policy, deportation of illegal immigrants, because he believes in the peace and stability of United States. That is one. He also believes in what we call pro-life. He is against abortion. But for Kamala Harris of Democrats, she believes that there is nothing wrong about abortion, which is a moral choice. It's a sensitive issue. And His Holiness, Pope Francis, have said, between deportation of immigrants and abortion, both of them are too evil. Which of them is the lesser evil? That was what His Holiness Pope Francis said of recent. So when we are talking about the United States election, now the other day I raised an issue on this platform that I was so surprised when Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, decided to tell Americans in the swing states. Those swing states are called battleground.
He is also the CEO for X.
Yes, that the swing states are the battleground. Either the Democrats will either win or the Republican. We have battleground. Those battleground are called swing states. Republican can win in that state. Democrat can also win.
Yes.
But there are some states in which we say these are the strong base of the Republican.
Like the Nigerian election.
Yes.
Just like the Nigerian
Republican
election.
have their own strong base.
Yes.
Democrat have their own strong base. You cannot take it away from them. But when it comes to issue of swing states, either the Republican or the Democrat will definitely win. But what Elon Musk did was this. He offered $47 to anyone that be willing to vote for Donald Trump.
But then,
people, yes.
you're talking about you're talking about Elon Musk. What about the former president of the United States, the African Obama?
Yes.
Well, we are not talking anything about Obama. Anyway, I've allowed you to say something. You now have a lot of interest in this election. I know you have sleepless nights. You want to just watch CNN. You want to be on BBC. All right, now, what's going on in your mind? How is this swinging?
I'm so delighted. I'm so delighted to be seeing what is happening in the United States. Because,
it's stealing of ballot boxes.
Why I'm saying this, it is a place to learn.
Did Nigeria teach them?
No, you are not listening.
Okay.
It is a place.
Let me listen.
It's a time to learn, to know that no society is perfect. Because when you see a lot of people talking about our democracy, our economy, everything about Nigeria, they always make comparison with America, in which we believe is a perfect society. You can see what is transpiring in United States of America and what Donald Trump is spewing out. It is the reflection of the society that something has to divide us, and it shouldn't be, but it shows the sincerity of human, how we can be able to despise each other because of color, because of race, because of religion, anything.
Our listeners
Now-
now, our listeners listening to you will think you're actually like in support of Donald Trump.
I am not in support of Donald Trump. I'm just saying to you the reflection of what is happening. We believe our society is not good. We condemn Nigeria all the time. And see what is happening in a sane society when Donald Trump is campaigning for divisive. When Donald Trump is saying he's going to be what is not even happening in Nigeria, nobody is targeting the opposition. And this is what Donald Trump is campaigning, that he is going to get hold of those who are in no support of him. It is wrong.
But then,
I am just saying what it is. It is disparaging campaign. It is so insulting for what Donald Trump is doing. But I am just trying to let the old Nigerians know that we that don't have a perfect society, we can learn and make our society to be perfect.
Kamala Harris has the sitting president behind her. She has the former president behind her. But Donald Trump actually has a billionaire behind him.
It is not about billionaire because it reflects in how those people who are rich always cheating the society. Because Donald Trump always giving tractors reliefs to the billionaires. Those people, he cheated the common man in order to be paid those who are in money. You can see what the Tesla guru was doing. He's trying to buy the vote, and it is embedded in the constitution of in the United States that if you sell vote, you cannot influence any vote. If you influence any vote with money, you can be fined. That is why he was warned.
Ofino, what's the difference between this American election and the Nigerian election?
For now, it's very pathetic. No, I have to be honest with you. I'm disappointed.
Are you sure Nigerians did not teach both of them how to do it?
No, there's one thing you must understand.
Worse.
The desperation for power. There's one thing I keep watching. 3 attempted assassination on Donald Trump. That shows that Donald Trump is powerful. There are certain powerful forces who does not want this man back.
We believe he's
3 attempts on his life.
All right,
we believe he's the one that is planning.
Let's quickly go commercial.
We believe he's the one that is
We
planning.
need to go to the market. Let's make some money for the radio station. Let's make money at this point. When we come back, it's the front burner you're listening to. Then we'll bring it back to Nigeria. A lot to be talked about.
On 103.5 FM.
Do you need a reliable and super fast unlimited internet for your business and home use? If yes, iWorld Networks is your solution with our uptime affordable internet via fixed broadband. No data caps and throttling. You can enjoy your distance learning, business meetings, and family time with our reliable internet. With 24/7 proactive customer support and 99.8% uptime. We also provide connectivity for offices, schools, financial services, hotels, government, etc. Chat with us on www.iwn.ng. iWorld Networks, we've got you covered. Sign up and get connected today.
Once you enter Ibadan to enjoy yourself and have a swell time in a swell place with sweet sensation, just go straight to Matchfort Courtyard Hotel and Suites. Matchfort Courtyard Hotel and Suites offers you A+ hospitality in a fantastic environment. Check out the rooms: Standard Deluxe, Super Deluxe, Executive Deluxe, Junior Suites, Executive Suites, Presidential Suites. Superb rooms like Royal Palace, constant air conditioning with switch aroma and plasma TV all over the place. Executive VIP lounge and full bar. 24/7 power supply with relay of generator. Lovely swimming pools for young and old. Complimentary breakfast. Airport shuttle and car hire services. First class recreation facilities. Gym and spa. Nourish your body with local and intercontinental cuisine. Sunday buffet 11:30 to 4 p.m. every Sunday. Matchfort Courtyard Hotel and Suites welcomes you at number 2 Emi Adejumo Close off UCH Second Gate opposite Bottles Republic Lounge, Agodi GRA Ibadan, Oyo State. Telephone 091-1001-6995 and 091-3552-4814. www.matchfortcourtyard.com.
Nigeria, something big is here. Are you scared of acquiring landed properties due to lack of trust and authenticity? Do you have to wait endlessly to get your red copy survey after every property purchase? Worry no more, because You Fit Homes is here to do things differently while providing solutions to housing challenges in Nigeria. With properties in Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Ilorin, and now Ibadan, You Fit Homes is here to make you a property owner. Get 50% launch discount off the actual price on our Ibadan property located 10 minutes to the train station at Ido and 10 minutes to Monia train station. We won't just issue you a CFO. You also get a red copy survey right after you buy from us. Visit our head office at Block 8, Plot 15, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, or call 0812-020-0803 for more enquiries. You Fit Homes, home for all.
Are you ready to walk with purpose, walk with pride? It's time for Walk with Honor 2.0. Mark your calendars, December 7th, 2024. Join thousands of participants as we take to the streets in a celebration of fitness, unity, and community spirit. Whether you're walking for health, for fun, or for the love of honor, this is your event. Together, we'll make strides toward a healthier and stronger tomorrow. Don't miss the chance to be part of something bigger. Invite your friends, family, and colleagues. Lace up your sneakers and let's walk together with honor. Remember, December 7th, 2024. Walk with Honor 2.0. Stay tuned to Honor 103.5 FM for updates. Let's make this walk unforgettable.
Honor 103.5 FM.
All right, well, sincerely say good morning. If you're watching us on Facebook, you'll see that we're definitely having a row in the studio. That's for people watching us on Facebook anyway. And of course, you want to get to see what's going on in the studios. All you need to do is pick up your phone, go to Facebook, search for Honor 103.5 FM, and you get to see this program, The Front Burner, live on your device. And let me quickly tell you, you have the right to be part of the show before the end of the show. I have two analysts with me in the studios. I've got Mr. Ofino, and I have Honorable Olaoye. But you're the third analyst. You're my number 3 analyst on the show this morning. Know that you heard what we discussed about the American election that is still in process. They only have 5 days more to let us know who the president is. Is the president going to be a he or a she? We'll find out in 6 days. But then, like I said, you're the third analyst on the show. Now we're coming to Nigeria. I want you to sit back, relax, and listen very intensively to what we're going to be discussing this morning, because you are the third analyst. Thank you again for tuning in and being part of the show on Facebook. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has expressed concern over the blackout in the northern region of Nigeria in the last week. He is now leading efforts to end the disruption that has paralyzed our social and economic activities, summoning the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, and the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, on how the northern part of Nigeria can get back on electricity. But then it's been proven that the northerners themselves are the one that actually went to disrupt everything the federal government have put in place for them to have power. Honorable Olaoye, if I were Mr. President, or if you were Mr. President at this point, the northerners themselves, the Boko Harams, the insurgents, are the ones that actually went to interrupt whatever the the power sector have decided to make sure that you guys have light 24 hours. They themselves were the ones that disrupted it. Now they are saying the federal government is not interested in the north because the president is from the southwest. So he's doing everything to punish the north. But they are the ones that actually disrupted their means of getting power. What would you like to say?
There was a kind of discussion that we talked about sometimes ago. We talk about whether Boko Haram is a curse or a blessing. And to every side of the coin, there is always advantage and disadvantage. I can see Nigerians have been lax behind in a lot of things. You are talking about security. Now, the president of Boko Haram is now a kind of lesson for us all to be very security conscious. Now, you're not talking about power. I love the way Minister of Power, Chief Bayo Adelabu, spoke during the press conference. He made the Nigerians to understand that this disruption is caused by people. And if the power needs to be restored back, it must be restored by the people. And these people have their family, they have their children, they have their brother, their sister, their wife. Their life is of utmost importance. And is it because it's in danger?
I agree with you.
He has a very very robust discussion with Mr. President. When I see, we talk about national grid sometimes, because it is not something you can just trace within a day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, when there was a sabotage. We are now talking about sabotage. That is why the chief security officers were being summoned, whether Air Force, whether the
military,
army, all of them, they are being mobilized to help Chief Adebayo Adelabu to be able to restore this thing back. And what I learned from his press conference, I'm talking about Chief Bayo Adelabu.
I was with it. I watched it live.
Because he made people, this man is so articulate. He made us to realize that it is the generating powers is beyond a kind of catchment area, whether northeast, whether a region, being just with one source of generating power. It must be disengaged, because they were rich in solar. That what they are putting in place is that each state must be able to generate
its own.
It's in its own from solar. That is what they are doing, and that is what I think is an advantage of this disruption, of this sabotage. This sabotage has been happening for so many years, and Nigeria seems not to be grew away from it. We are not making that development, utilizing the opportunity to live the kind of original ways of life we have been doing. We must try and fortify ourselves to make a progress in power industry. And the suggestion of this solar being given to each state so they can be able to generate a kind of power to supply to their people, I think is the best.
All right. You said something about the fact that when the insurgents, that's the Boko Haram, the insurgents and all that, that there's the good and the bad of it. But I would like Mr. Ofino to respond to that in a way. What I like to hear from him is, how would the federal government, you have the largest land in the country, you have the northeast, the northwest, you are the biggest as far, even when it comes to election. But then the federal government has done what they needed to do to the country equally. Okay, the west, the east, the south, the northeast, the northwest, you must have equal electricity submission from the federal government. Well, then your people, in quotes, from the north, insurgents, Boko Haram and the rest of them, have decided to make sure that they sabotage it, because they want darkness. All they want is darkness, so that they can operate easily. If there's no light and it's dark, they can easily operate. But then you, the northerners, are now putting the blame, the sabotage, on the federal government, especially on the Minister of Power. And like you said, Mr. Honorable Olaoye, I love what you said. The guy spoke brilliantly. He spoke brilliantly. You did yourself. You guys took a gun and shot yourselves in the leg. What would you like to say, Mr. Ofino?
There is one thing I will say at this juncture. Who is a terrorist? A terrorist is someone that afflicts terror on other people. Boko Haram started as a conspiracy against Jonathan's government from the north.
Oh, that was the entire plan.
Yes, it was a conspiracy from the north. But the battle now turned around against the north.
Against themselves.
Yes, and I'm happy about it. I still say it again. I am happy about it.
This is the third time you're
making me laugh. I'm saying it the third time again. I'm happy about it. When you're talking about the Northern Protectorate and the Southern Protectorate, the Northern Protectorate under the apex body called Arewa Consultative Forum went to Kaduna to do a meeting. The meeting they did was against the Southern Protectorate. It's rather unfortunate that those of us in the Southern Protectorate, we don't have a coalition group. The time has come for Afenifere representing the Southwest region, Ohaneze Indigbo representing the Southeast region, and PANDEF, Pan Niger Delta Development Forum, to come together and form what we call coalition of Southern Nigeria. It's necessary. You can't blame Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for sabotage. In the north, you cannot blame Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for insurgency in the north. An insurgency that was caused by northern element themselves. You cannot blame Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu for the problem being caused by Amajiri system. Let us call a spade a spade. Nigeria is the fusion of the incompatibles by the forces of Britain. We have to be frank and sincere to ourselves. When we are talking about power infrastructure, let me take your mind back, flash our memory back to what happened in Lagos. When Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the governor of Lagos State, he had a notable idea. The first idea was this: he created local council development area because he believed in devolution of power, that the power should be to be closer to the people. What happened? Chief Olusegun Obasanjo raised objection. We all knew what happened. Lagos State was deprived of his local government allocation for years. The same thing when Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu decided to import power infrastructure for Lagos State because he believed in independent power project.
That's true.
What happened? It was the same Chief Olusegun Obasanjo that truncated that effort. At the end of the day, those power infrastructure became moribund. So Chief Olusegun Obasanjo has a case to answer when it comes to the issue of power stability in Nigeria.
Well,
because I was so disappointed.
A lot of Nigerians have been saying exactly what you said.
Disappointed. Somebody had an idea. Your own kinsman, your brother, came with an idea that Lagos State should have an independent power.
A lot of Nigerians.
Then you.
Yes.
That is why today when Chief Olusegun Obasanjo want to classify himself as a father figure, I raise objection. You can never be like Nelson Mandela.
All right.
No way.
All right, thank you so much. You have actually spoken pretty well. I must quickly agree. So the two of you agree on this topic we just finished talking about. Remember, you listening to us right now or you're watching us on Facebook. I think if I were you, I'd rather want to watch this on Facebook. It's like a movie here. So you just go to Facebook, search for Honor 103.5 FM, and then you like, you comment, you share. But trust me, you're going to be part of the show later on this morning because you are my third analyst, actually. I have two here, so you're my third. But then we have a lot to still talk about. And, of course, let's go back to the Federal Capital Territory. We're still going to be in Abuja for now. At this time, I quickly would like to say this. If you guys remember that there was a day that the FCT minister was addressing some Nigerians and he said, and I quote, and this was exactly 2 days ago, Isam Wike, the minister of the FCT, actually said these words, in quote, I quote, "Are you stupid? Is it because I came down to talk to you from my vehicle? You are a civil servant, Mr. Wike." That's all I want to say. Now, but the question is, what does the minister mean by, is it because I came down from my vehicle to talk to you? Now, he was actually addressing, last week, if you guys remember on Saturday, we were talking about when the FCT minister said, if you have a property and if you don't develop it in 6 months, the federal government will take control of it. They will just seize it from you. So, group of people that own properties in Abuja said the date is too short, number two. And then we need to do this, we need to do that. And then he made that statement and called everybody in front of him stupid. But as far as I'm concerned, I want the minister from me, before I go to my analyst, that he's talking to people. And then these people are the ones that actually pay his salary. They pay his salary via that task. And honestly, whatever privileges his office allows him, is not for him to call any Nigerian stupid because you are a minister. Honorable Olaoye.
Yeah, it's rather unfortunate because...
before you even say anything about that, another incident happened the day before yesterday again. Of House of Rep. He's an Igbo man, a light skin. that insulted a Uber driver actually locked the guy up in his compound. Now had to bundle the guy to the police station and called him different names and told the guy to his face, even the Inspector General of Police can do nothing to me. And Nigerians took it up, and now he was at the house yesterday morning, that's the House of Rep, apologizing to his colleagues that I'm only human. Okay, fine, I regret all I said to that Uber driver. But then, I think in other countries, they would have taken it beyond that. The House would have suspended him first. First of all, you don't do that. So now you can talk, Honorable.
Thank you very much. Like I said, there is no perfect society. It's rather unfortunate that Wiki thinks everybody is below him.
Is he power drunk?
Yeah, he's power drunk. And Wiki he has a temperament problem. He has it. And thank God for social media. Like you said about Federal House of Assembly member and National Assembly member who is being errant, lock up, do a kind of crazy and illegal thing. And thank God we have social media. Nigerians can be able, Nigerians are not cheap at all.
Why not?
And I'm telling you sincerely, by the time Wiki spilled that word, a lot of people would have answered him right there. So, and that is beauty of democracy. They can be able to know your weaknesses, and that is why you have to check yourself. That's why I said I love democracy. I love democracy, and the politicians are those who can be easily checked more than even our so-called religious leader, who has done that so many times, and nobody will do anything. They made themselves to be God. I'm talking about religious leader because that is what Wike is trying to do. He wanted to exalt himself as a god.
Are you saying that in some Wike, the Minister of FCT has Mr. President support 100% or whatever?
It is not about being supporting as a president support 200%. I am just saying this is where he lacks it. And as a human being as well, if assuming he slaps somebody right now, he might be prosecuted in the court of law. We have seen a senator representing Nigeria being slapping, even abusing a woman.
Yes, that's very true. Yes,
and he was not prosecuted.
I remember the guy very well.
Abamo.
Yes,
he was not prosecuted. So it is not that President Tinubu is just going to sack Wike or do anything to Wike because he has made that statement. Those people who even did worse are not being prosecuted.
All right. So, let me allow Mr. Ofino because there's a lot we're talking about. Okay, Mr. Ofino.
There is one thing I will say. How do you know a man better? You know a man better from his character and conduct. There is one thing I admire in my university. The University of Ibadan. The motto of that school is this: Recta sapere fons, for knowledge and sound judgment. And there is one thing they used to tell us while in school, that character precedes academic brilliance. Wike for now is a lawyer, but it's rather unfortunate. He read law, but he is not civil in character. When you occupy a public position, your life becomes public. You must watch what you say and how you react. You must be able to control your emotions. I'm very temperamental. It's not an excuse. That was why I committed murder. It's never an excuse. Let Wike go and work on his emotion and temperament. Because this is a man who was lobbying to become the vice presidential candidate for Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. But look at it. Assuming he has become the vice presidential candidate of PDP and subsequently he have won the election, then look at it. They will say Nigerian vice president happened to be a bullist.
Yeah, a madman.
Let us be honest to ourselves. Character matters. There is what we call the arrogance of power. I don't know why this old man called Wike is playing like a god. There is one thing I like. God is not man, and man is not God. God cannot be man, and man cannot be God. Look at the arrogance of power. This man, I don't know how to describe him. He went to school. He's still behaving this way.
Don't describe him.
No, I'm telling you. Wike went to school.
You are just
and he's
making
still
me laugh on
behaving
the show
like
this morning.
Let's assume he didn't go to school, Uncle.
All right, Honorable Olaoye and Mr. Fino, like I said, a lot we're going to be talking about. We have our listeners. They are the third analyst on the show. Wherever you're listening to us this morning, trust me, we're going to open the phone lines for you. And then you can attend to any of the topics we're facing this morning. Let's discuss something very, again, important. Now, the federal government has increased fuel. I'm so happy that Nigerians are hearing it now on this show. This decision was made 1 a.m. this morning. Now, the federal government has increased fuel to 1,060 naira in Lagos, in Ibadan, and the rest of the southwest. But in the north, it's 1,080 naira. On that ground, Dangote himself had a meeting with Mr. President at about very early hours this morning. I wonder how Mr. President goes to bed. But then Dangote was with the president. And Dangote said, and I quote, "Our refinery has 500 million liters of PMS to end scarcity of fuel. But retailers aren't buying from us." And immediately he said that to Mr. President. Mr. President responded to Dangote and said, and I quote, "I have directed the NNPCL and all oil marketers to buy fuel from Dangote refinery henceforth." That's Mr. President's verdict. Honorable Olaoye, would you give Mr. President his flowers?
Yeah, I will give him his flower. He deserves it because when I watch it, I was so sad. I was so sad because Nigerians have been cheated for a very long time. Imagine.
Why should NNPC be importing fuel when Dangote refineries? I'm confused. I'm asking myself.
Thank God there is
Dangote.
Thank God we have a private refinery in Nigeria. Because a lot of Nigerians have been surcharged for so many times. When you are talking about this illegal fuel subsidy, that's why I said subsidy must be gone. It must go. I supported it. You can imagine the kind of forex they are conning Nigerians before they can go abroad to go and buy it. They are going to load that forex.
Making billions.
Billions. They are going to load that forex. It's our money. It's the money, the proceeds we have from all that they are going to get back and used to go and buy from foreign land again. They are going to now surcharge us again. When they now brought the fuel, it's not going to be completed. And they are going to, again, use frivolous means of getting another. Now, there is Dangote. They don't have the access to these dollars anymore that belong to we Nigerians. They can use it to construct road. They can use it for electricity. They can use it for health. They can use it for education. They can use it for security. They now prefer to be going abroad to buy fuel.
Even when Dangote has started operating, it's so annoying. It's so painful.
And they made us to realize that we are using 5 million liters a day. And Dangote said, easily, he has
enough
capacity for 650 million. But now, he's producing about 400 something million.
500 million, actually.
You can imagine. So
500
now,
million.
What costs NNPC
to go and import?
This is what Nigerians must know, that Nigerians are Nigerians' problem. They have been using money, turnaround maintenance for the past 28 years. They've never made any result. They've spent trillions of dollars on our refinery. It has not yet any impact.
Mr. Ofino, where are your flowers for Mr.
It's
President?
so sad.
Would you say Mr. President decided to put his feet on the ground?
Do you know why I'm laughing? We have not even started. Not yet, Uhuru. There is one thing we must understand. The capitalist forces. There is one thing that dropped in my mind. That we have some Nigerians, powerful Nigerians, who have more dollars than the ordinary American. Is that not an irony? We have some capitalist forces in Nigeria who spend huge sum of dollars more than the ordinary American, and dollar is not our own currency. How do you get dollar from this country? It's from what? Import and export. There is what we call foreign exchange volatility. Now when you are talking about the oil industry in Nigeria, there is what we call the internal conspiracy. We all knew what is going on now. That the problem we have in the
Honorable was talking about.
When you are talking about when you are talking about the problem in the Nigerian oil industry, You cannot rule out the presidency, one, and you cannot rule out the NNPCL. Those two institutions can never be ruled out. Now there is a problem on ground. OPEC gave us a quota. Nigeria is yet to meet that quota. On a daily basis, they gave us a quota for export. Nigeria is not even making any effort. Let us meet that quota that organization, oil exporting countries have given to us, OPEC. We don't even care about how do we turn around those 4 dysfunctional refineries. Then somebody came on board. Do you know why they are fighting Dangote? They know that if they allow this private refinery to work, no more dollar for them. No more dollar for them. Because they have already devalued our currency. You know, I keep saying it over and over again, that we have some powerful forces in Nigeria who have more dollar than the ordinary American. Is that not a contradiction? Is it supposed to be like that?
Wow, all right. Now, I'll have my 2 analysts and be doing justice to every single topic we brought to you on the show this morning. We've discussed a lot, and I'm sure you're listening, you have your feet up, and you're really concerned about everything we've been talking about. You're going to be my 3rd analyst very soon. All you need to do is pick up your phone, call the studio line, and then discuss any of the topic we've brought to the front burner this morning on 103.5 FM. We'll be taking a water break. Let's take water at this time. When we come back, we'll be having a discussion with you, our 3rd analyst.
On the 103.5 FM.
The essence of interior design will always be about people and how they live. It is about the realities of what makes for an attractive, civilized, and meaningful home environment. This is our foremost concern at Mr. Johnson Furniture and Interior Decoration, and this is why we stay faithful to your own taste, because nothing you really like is ever out of style. Mr. Johnson Furniture and Interior Decoration, we specialize in importing and delivering quality royal beds, sofas, lights, and doors to every home across Nigeria. We are located inside Dogafort Filling Station in Lewura Junction, Akala Express, Ibadan. Call us up on 080-913-35706 or send a WhatsApp message to 090-445-30230. We don't just sell quality products. Our maintenance team is on standby to give free routine maintenance for a whole year after purchase. Mr. Johnson Furniture, our passion is to bring affordable luxury to every home and offices.
Are you ready to walk with purpose, walk with pride? It's time for Walk with Honor 2.0. Mark your calendars, December 7th, 2024. Join thousands of participants as we take to the streets in a celebration of fitness, unity, and community spirit. Whether you're walking for health, for fun, or for the love of honor, this is your event. Together, we'll make strides toward a healthier and stronger tomorrow. Don't miss the chance to be part of something bigger. Invite your friends, family, and colleagues. Lace up your sneakers and let's walk together with honor. Remember, December 7th, 2024. Walk with Honor 2.0. Stay tuned to Honor 103.5 FM for updates. Let's make this walk unforgettable.
On the 103.5 FM.
Once again, we say welcome to the front burner on Honor 103.5 FM. This 30th day in October 2024. Now, you're my third analyst. You have all the right to say your mind on any of the topic we've brought to your table this beautiful Wednesday morning. You can call us on 091-51-035-555. 091-51-035-555. An alternate number is 091 35 001035. Again, 09135 001035. Kindly call us and tell us whatever you feel, your stand in any of the topics we've brought to you this beautiful morning. Okay, we're going to discuss one more thing from the Federal Capital Territory, and then we'll come straight to Ibadan. The President Tinubu's daughter, and her name, she is the Aloja General, Folashade Tinubu Ojo, has been appointed ambassador. Remember, I said she's the Aloja General, and of course that's for the country. And of course, Folashade Tinubu Ojo has been appointed ambassador for the National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children's Education. Mr. Ofino, what would you say? Is it because the father is the president, or she actually wants that?
There is one thing drop into my mind now. I remember when President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR, was in power. He did a lot for the North. He was able to establish 250 model schools for the North in order to absorb the Almajiri. Then he believed that they must introduce both Western education and Islamic education. At the end of the day, what happened? The North rejected it outrightly. The buildings are still there. What Mr. President have done presently,
Picking his daughter.
is highly commendable, but
Okay.
at a risk. Highly commendable, but at a risk. Because when we are talking about northern Nigeria, sometimes they are being equated as being violent in nature. There is pervasive ignorance in the north, not caused by the government. Because when you are talking about Nigeria, not happened to rule Nigeria for over 44 years.
On the topic today, we have already discussed two other things that the North have done
44
to
years.
shoot themselves.
Yes,
on the
there
leg.
is what we call pervasive ignorance of the north in the north.
Honorable Larry, what are you saying? I picked my daughter as the ambassador from Algeria. So
It's a laudable idea. No matter,
From Mr. President.
Yeah, no matter the way we are going to say it, it is not about being pessimist. It's about optimism. Like Ofino just said, the Almajiri schools as Almajiri school and education have started from Jonathan. It's a laudable step. He has taken the step, and we must build on it. Now, when you are talking about Folashade Tinubu, it's political as well. At least we must wait and see the impact they are going to make. Mind you, when you are saying the rejection of the Almajiri, when you are talking about polio vaccination, a lot of things were rejected from the north as well, because this is strange to their ideology. This is even strange to their culture. They believe so. But with time, it is being embedded in their system, and they are systematically accepting it in a systematic way. So when you are talking about these ambassadorial posts, I think Folashade Tinubu is going to try as much as possible to make much very impact in developing the North.
all right, thank you. We have Mr. Ojo Shegun Simeon. Mr. Ojo Shegun Simeon said on Facebook, he said, well done, guys. Mr. Dangote, just sell cheaper fuel at your refinery, and nobody will import again. How can your fuel be more expensive than the fuel imported? After buying crude in Naira, your fuel should be less and lesser than 600 Naira. All right, and he also said because the one from Brazil is 1,117 Naira after cost of import and 9 different taxes, Nigerians, God will eventually deliver us. I say amen to that one. All right, thank you, Mr. Ojo Shegun Simeon. But remember, you can also call us on our local broadcast. You can call us on 09151035555 or 09135001035. I think you wanted to say something.
I think I disagree with Mr. Ojo.
You disagree with Mr. Ojo?
Yeah, he's not.
But he has a point.
No,
He made a very important point.
He might make very important point. He's not into manufacturing. Any manufacturing, anything we manufacture in Nigeria is always expensive, whether we love it or not, because of security. A lot of things attributed to it. And mind you, when you are talking about local production, there is no way they can be able to surcharge us, and there is no way they can be able to create a kind of artificial scarcity. But when you are talking about importation, we have seen so many times when they say any foreign refinery is being, probably they are serving their system, or probably there is problem in the world front, and they are not seeing some enough supply. With anything being imported, they can create a kind of artificial scarcity, and it's going to make it to be skyrocketed. So I don't believe in what Mr. Ojo said.
I agree with Mr. Ojo.
Okay.
Because there is what we call local production.
And I agree.
If you are importing goods, the selling price will be higher.
I agree.
But here you
That's
are
what he
producing,
said.
yeah, that is what he said.
That's what he said.
That was where I appeal to Alhaji Aliko Dangote. Be patriotic enough.
I don't think
Let me say, there's what we call
I don't
short-run
think
profit.
Dangote will ever
No,
go
let me
in a
tell you one thing.
loss.
In economics, there is what we call short-run profit.
He can went in a loss.
There is what we call
He can?
No, short-run.
That is why he said Afric Bank was their intermediary. It wasn't only him that is selling. Afric Bank is the one that is intermediary.
No, I want to explain something.
Mr. Shegun
just
dragged us
no,
back.
I want to agree with him. Let me tell you, there's what we call short-run profit.
Okay.
Aliko Dangote should not have that mind that I want to acquire the whole profit now. You'll be getting it wrong. If you want to win the heart of your consumer, lower the price. This is a competitive market.
Do you agree?
Nigeria will go and push.
I didn't.
You don't.
Because when he said yesterday that if an NPC come into the system again and they can be able to be producing locally, it is going to be much cheaper because people can go to anywhere and it's going to be competitive.
All right,
but
fine.
for now, the cost of making anything in Nigeria is more expensive.
Okay.
Why do you think our rice is more?
Because we're importing.
Cost rather than the imported one.
Okay, this is it. Shegun Ojo has actually dragged us back a little, but then I'm going to discuss this topic before we round off. My studio manager, Engineer K, has said, look, you only have 5 minutes more. And in fact, you are out of time. You don't have any 5 minutes more. But then I'm going to discuss this, all right? Now, the Oyo State Water Corporation, all right? The Oyo State Water Corporation has actually come to tell Oyo indigents and everyone that if you have any burst or leaking pipe, if you have a burst or leaking pipe, the Oyo State Water Corporation will come to your aid immediately. All you need to do is call 08155 366750. But my big question to my analyst in 1 minute is, where are the pipes they laid? Where is the burst pipe that I need to go and report to them and tell them, is it the one I bought with my money and my own ball, or the one? I'm confused. So when they said, okay, Mr. Governor has done fantastically well again, Mr. Governor said, look, anytime you have a burst pipe, don't fix it. We will come and fix it for you. Are they talking about the private pipes or the one they laid? And somebody in this studio right now, where how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want somebody in this studio to show me where a government pipe is in Ibadan. Where I can open, not borehole. I understand. I know what I'm saying. No, but pipe bomb water from the water corporation. Yes. Somebody should show me where it is.
Why should we continue to live in the constant denial of reality?
Honorable, you're still thinking in your head.
Because I see this as what? A mere jamboree.
I don't understand what
I see it more as a mere jamboree.
Wait a minute, let me ask Kozim. Where is a pipe bomb from what corporation? Where in it? Just show me one. Where?
Maybe they are talking in
So we have to be honest to ourselves. Not just water corporation alone. Not just water corporation alone. The same thing applies to our power industry. Like PHCN.
Yes.
The people provide the electricity pole. Yeah. They provide the transformer.
The cables, everything.
And what type of country
is this? On that note, we want to say thank you guys for being part of our show this beautiful morning. So Water Corporation of your state, we're waiting for your response, please. Tell us and show us where there's a pipe bomb water. Pipe, not borehole. Pipe bomb water. In pipe.
In Shaki.
Okay, Honorable Laoye, I want to say thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome, thank you.
Mr. Ofino, you know how much I appreciate the fact that you're here.
It's a pleasure.
Engineer K, thank you so much for working with me. Kozim, thank you, guy. You're the guy that made them see us on social media. My name is Lekan Omosebi. Have a fantastic Wednesday.
Here we stand as a people. people with one song, with one voice.